Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. It's time for the December 24th reveal of Spellbinders 2024 Crafty Advent Calendar. I can't believe we're on our final reveal. So if you haven't looked at the December 24th item, now's the time to pause the video. I'm about to reveal it. So let's find our final box, number 24. It's on the right side. A little larger box. We'll open it up. On the inside, there's a picture of a suitcase. I'll remove that paper covering, and it looks like our final item is another die set. I'll open up the package, lay out all of the dies so you can see what's included. So we have the larger rectangle, has the rounded corners, so that's the main suitcase. There's the inside piece for a little extra decoration for the main body of the suitcase. We have straps, there's a luggage tag, the handle, buckles. Then there are several different tiny images you can put on the outside of the suitcase. Little rectangle, square, triangle, circle, and a teeny tiny airplane. I thought this would be fun to make a vintage looking card, so I pulled out Honeybee Stamp's Vintage Love Paper Collection. I selected 3 of the pattern papers, using 2 of them for the background, a pink tone-on-tone for the bottom, a white with gray flowers for the top panel. And for this rectangle piece, it's brown with pink print. I'll layer it on some dark brown cardstock. And that brown design is 3 1/4 of an inch by 4 inches. The brown cardstock layer is an additional 1/8 of an inch. The pattern paper pieces for the background, the pink piece is 3 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/4 of an inch. And that top white panel is 3 3/4 of an inch by 1 3/4 of an inch. There's a little gap between the 2 pattern papers, but I will be covering that up, adding some Love from Lizi peel-offs, and I really only needed a teeny tiny piece since most of that will be covered up. I am still using some of the leftover scraps. This is the brown color with gold overlay in the pinstripe style. Now I'll put adhesive on the back of the smaller rectangle panel and adhere it on the center of the card. Next I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base, this time leaving 1/4 of an inch of the white card base showing. Wanted to have that wider white border. This is an American Standard A2 size card, 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches. I've already die cut out all of the pieces for the suitcase, and for most of the pieces I use pattern paper from the Honeybee Stamp's Vintage Love Collection. I have everything stored in the craft stack tray from Spellbinders. It's the medium size. I'll start off with the 2 main pieces of the suitcase. I love how many of the pieces have that faux stitch detail. For the straps and also the handle, using some of the dark brown pattern paper. And I'm gluing all of the pieces on a cut down version of Scrapbook.com's Project Grip Mat, using a pair of reverse tweezers to hold the small die cut pieces, adding barely art glue on the back. And I have the ultra fine tip on my glue bottle. It's my favorite, especially when dealing with teeny tiny die cut pieces. There are 2 different pieces for the strap, one that goes all the way across and the other one's a little shorter and it's rounded at the end. I'll add the second one on the right side. And for the little buckles, I cut these out from some gold mirror cardstock from my stash. I love using specialty cardstock, and I always save those teeny tiny pieces since you never know when you need just a small piece. So it's perfect for something like the little buckles. I'm not putting glue on the very side of the buckles, only in the center where it sits on the strap. Next, I'll attach the handle. I'll flip over the suitcase, put some double-sided adhesive tape on the back, and I'm only attaching the very bottom of the handle. So I'm using the 1/8 inch clear double-sided adhesive tape. I'll remove the release paper, line up the suitcase on the handle, and adhere it in place. Now I'll put glue on the back of the luggage tag, putting a tiny bit at the end of that little string to attach to the handle. And I'll put a little bit of glue behind the tag. So there's the suitcase all assembled. Now it's time to add the patches and stickers. I used 2 different colors of powder paper, a green tone-on-tone and a pink tone-on-tone. I'll add the little airplane first. This is super cute. Next, I'll add the stitch circle on the very right side, putting the triangle next to the airplane. Then the stitch rectangle will go on the very left, and the last piece, the stitch square, I'll put it above the airplane. This is a fun die set, and you can decorate it however you want. You could add more of the patches, maybe less of the patches. Just think of all the different color possibilities. If you're surprising somebody with a vacation, you could decorate it to match the area you're heading to. So many different options. I'm adding this suitcase on a white cardstock panel. Put glue on the back and adhere it down. Then I'll layer that piece on some of the dark brown cardstock. The white cardstock rectangle is 2.5 inches by 2.25 inches. For a little extra detail, I'm adding a small brown cardstock tab and adhering it above the image panel on the right side. So you only see about 1/4 inch of it peeking out. I've already stamped the sentiment, Bonjour. And this was included on a stamp set in the advent calendar. It was a previous day. I don't remember exactly which day. I'll put glue on the back of the image panel, adhere it in place. Then I'll add the sentiment underneath. And I decided for this card not to add any embellishments. So there is my finished card. This one was really fun to make. And here's a look at my daughter's card. She made a fun black and pink suitcase, and the black is a pearlescent cardstock, so it has that lovely shimmer. She finished off her card by adding one of her signature wax seals. It has the sentiment, hello. I love that my daughter wanted to play along with me this year, and she hung in there and made all 24 cards. So this is all that's left of my advent calendar. I removed those front windows and added them with the die sets. That way I don't forget what all of the pieces are for. It's been another great year. So many fun goodies inside the advent calendar. And I am posting a recap video right after this one if you want to see all 24 of my cards and also my daughter's cards. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.